Corpo Monkey works hard selling bentonol. He gets his salary and wants to invest. But he doesn't know how. He sees all the different stocks, ETFs, bonds, and gets cold feet. He doesn't know where to start. But he also knows that leaving the money in the bank is bad too, especially when inflation means his banana savings are losing value every year. So what can he do? He could approach his bosses at Baderna to help him open a 401k account. But what is a 401k? A 401k is a retirement savings account offered by many employers in the US jungle. So what's so different between this and putting it in a regular savings account? Well, your average savings account returns honestly suck. For most savings accounts, you're losing your bananas because of inflation. See, the interest you earn usually can't compare with annual inflation, which means that leaving your bananas in the bank is a horrible idea. But that's where the 401k comes in. Think of it as a savings account with a V8 engine, aftermarket mods, carbon fiber add-ons, and a sleek spoiler. Basically, it's a savings account on steroids. In principle, it works the same way. You put bananas in now, and take many more bananas out later, when you're old, tired, and too schizophrenic to sell bentonol. But how does this beat regular banks? Because your bananas aren't just sitting in an account. They're invested into stocks, bonds, and index funds either of your choosing or prepared by your plan administrator with the input of your employer. If you're a shrewd investor monkey, you can often choose from different plan options, though it depends on your employer's setup. But what's the difference between this and investing on platforms like Bananahood or WeBanana? You don't pay taxes on those bananas right away. Your contributions and investment growth are tax deferred. Basically, you'll pay taxes when you withdraw them in retirement, ideally at a lower tax rate if your income is lower. But you might be thinking, why is it called a retirement account? Good eye, wise monkey. The catch with the 401k is that you can't withdraw your bananas until you're 59.5 years old. Try to pull them out early and the government hits you with a big penalty. That basically screws over your gains. Don't do it if you can avoid it. And that's the 401k in a nutshell. It's a retirement savings account that invests part of your wage for you without you having to do any dirty work. So how do you use it? Despite all the rules and mechanics, it's actually surprisingly simple to get a 401k up and running. Corpo Monkey Kick starts this process by enrolling in Baderna's 401k plan. Please note that not all companies offer 401k plans, and you can only enroll in a plan via your employer, or if you're self-employed. Think business owner, entrepreneur, or online fake guru. Then, he chooses how much of his monthly salary he wants to contribute to this account. Let's say 10% for now. Assuming he earns 10k bananas a month, this would total to 1k bananas being set aside for the 401k. Oh, and this whole process? It's automatic. Once Corpo Monkey enrolls and his account is opened, this entire process is done for him. The work actually falls on Baderna, Corpo Monkey's employer. They will take that contribution and invest it based on the plan Corpo Monkey has chosen. So where do the bananas go exactly? It differs from employer to employer, but typically, your bananas would go into a mix of long-term investments. Think index funds, stocks, bonds, and maybe a few ETFs. Let me know if you want a separate video on these, by the way. The bananas are then managed by massive financial firms like Banana Rock and Vanguard. These assets ideally grow over time, compounding quietly in the background while Corpo Monkey does absolutely nothing. He gets to enjoy saving for retirement and investing in his future, all on autopilot. So why use a 401k? The keen monkeys among you might have remembered that the 401k is tax advantaged, but get this, there's more. Let's start with employer matching. Here's where things get spicy. See, some companies offer an employer match, which is a fancy way of saying that they will match what Corpo Monkey contributes into his 401k account. That means if Corpo Monkey contributes 1,000 bananas, his employer might match another 500 bananas into the same account. Please note that this is highly dependent on the company. The best thing to do is to check with HR monkeys for exact details. Details like vesting schedules. Sometimes the extra bananas only become Corpo Monkeys after he's stuck around for a few years, so do take note of this. But even if it's just 10% extra, to Corpo Monkey that's 100 extra bananas for just existing in his job. So next time you can, speak to your HR rep about a 401k. And if you're looking for a new jungle job, be sure to check if your potential employer offers 401k matching as part of their benefits. Monkey's got you covered. Oh, and don't jump out of your seats just yet, class, because that's not all. You get tax benefits too. When you contribute to a traditional 401k, those bananas aren't taxed upfront. They're tax deferred until you withdraw them in retirement. So if Corpo Monkey makes 10,000 bananas a month and puts 1,000 into his 401k, the government only taxes him like he made 9,000. And anyone who has worked will understand that taxes are no joke. Corpo Monkey also didn't remember seeing the government working his 12-hour shift at the pharmacy during COVID. Taxes can take a huge amount of bananas out of your income, but the 401k helps to insulate its effects. Corpo Monkey therefore pays less tax today, but will pay income tax on the bananas he withdraws from his 401k during his retirement. And by then, his income will be lower, or maybe even none at all when he's retired. So he's taxed at a much smaller rate. The 401k also builds financial discipline. Here's the truth. Many monkeys could use some financial literacy and discipline. Corpo Monkey is no different. He often falls victim to his own impulses. Last year, he blew his bonus on limited edition sneakers. Now they sit in his closet, unworn, gathering dust. He doesn't even wear them anymore after the trend dies out. A 401k solves this by removing temptation entirely. The bananas from his paycheck gets invested before it even hits his banana wallet. No transfers, no second guesses, no chance to spend it on monkey-themed NFTs. It forces Corpo Monkey to save, even if he doesn't want to. And that's a good thing. This builds a habit that most monkeys lack: consistency. And in the jungle of investing, consistency beats timing. Always. In the words of Warren Buffett, the stock market is a mechanism for transferring wealth from the impatient to the patient. Be patient. Don't chase trends and give yourself anxiety. But should you use it? Let's be honest, a 401k isn't for everyone. While it does come with its own benefits, it could be restrictive and stifling without the right employer. This is not advice, but Corpo Monkey personally feels that he would enroll in a 401k if Moderna offers an employer match. Free bananas are free bananas. Or if Corpo Monkey wants tax benefits now and has a particular dislike for the tax collector. And finally, Corpo Monkey knows he's bad at saving and tends to make impulse purchases. A 401k forces him to stick to his long-term financial goals, even if he makes a mistake here and there. Corpo Monkey would also be careful of enrolling in a 401k if he needs liquidity. Let's say he's planning to start a pharmaceutical business with his chemistry teacher from college. A 401k could restrict the amount he invests as startup capital. Remember that withdrawing early means a 10% penalty plus taxes. Also, Corpo Monkey thinks it's important to watch out for where his bananas are going, especially if the plan proposed by Moderna has terrible fund choices or high fees. And remember, investing in a 401k still carries market risks. Just because it's tax advantage doesn't mean that it's a banana printing machine. So if you put all your bananas into Excited Ape Boat Club and it crashes, that's on you. So if any monkeys are confused, remember that a 401k is not a magic get-rich-quick scheme. But it's also not a scam. It's a tool, one that rewards discipline, patience, and starting early. It works best for monkeys who want long-term wealth and don't plan to touch the bananas for decades. It's not perfect, it's not sexy, but it's one of the most widely used wealth-building tools in the US jungle. So the next time your employer offers to match 5 bananas per paycheck into a 401k, at least consider it. Because if Monkey shows up to retirement with no savings, no bananas, and no plan, that's gonna be a very, very painful experience. And once more, this video is just a simple explainer on how a 401k works and is not a guide or financial advice. Please do not sue Monkey. Thank you so much for watching, and please let me know what you think of this video in the comments below. I'm trying something new and would love your feedback.